Good morning.
Morning everyone.
Welcome back to the finca.
The hot one.
It's getting hot again. Towards the weekend it's going to be even hotter. Not sure how much we're going to get done on our outside area. We might be beaten indoors with the sun. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
We'll see. We would really like to crack on, get the wall pointed, because we said yes on the last video that we need to get all that mess out of the way before we put our lovely new decking down.
Yes, we've got, oh look at these two beautiful little black butterflies.
Oh, wow.
Can you see them? Yeah, we've got the shade sail over there, whatever, it's got the shade cloth, which is throwing shade on the wall, which is fantastic, which means I can make a start on that. And what else are we going to do? We're going to do this barbecue area, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because this is alright, as you can see, it's striping us out, but we've got an idea to give us a lot more shade there.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and build a little bench thing there at the back for our cooking operations. Here comes a breeze. But we have got another little shady area down there where we can eat anyway. So this isn't critical. It's a bit more of a luxury than a necessity, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It'd be nice to get it done, but we know it's ridiculous working out in silly temperatures.
Yes, we're supposed to be enjoying ourselves,
Yes,
aren't we?
Absolutely. So
having a nice life.
We'll do what we can,
Yep,
where we can.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
So while it's early-ish and cool-ish, I'm going to start on the worst part of the wall here. I've got shade from our cloth. Oops, a bit tricky underfoot. I'm going to start here and then hopefully work up that way. Don't know how far I'm going to get today. It's a slow process, as you've seen the point in rebuilding walls before. But I want to get in where that grapevine is there, so we can start to trail him up the wall. So, but we're going to start here because we're in shade. The stones are coolish, not too hot for the lime. Yeah, let's get on with it. Oh, first of all I need to hoover it out, vacuum it. I've got Henry here. So all I've done initially, I've just used a very wet mix of lime. I'm using 3-to-1 lime mix, hydrated lime. There's a lot of argument and debate about this, but you should never ever use cement on stone walls like this. The stone's so soft, the cement's so hard, it actually destroys the stones, whereas the lime can flex and breathe with the wall. It doesn't trap moisture inside it like cement does, and it makes for a healthier wall. So basically, yeah, all I've done is put that one in, that one in, that one, put some big stones into the big holes to consolidate it all, put some strength back into it. The other beauty of hydrated lime is, in these kind of temperatures, if it starts to dry out, you just wet it down again and it comes back to whatever you want it. Whereas cement and hydraulic lime doesn't. That keeps on setting, that'll set underwater. So hydrated lime again, #1 for us.
And meanwhile, I'm back on the floor. We left it for a few days because of the priorities. So I'm back on it today. In the shade at the moment, not too bad. So see how much I get done. Shouldn't actually take me too long. Before I was having to do this bit round the gate, which involved finding a lot of stones and filling in very big gaps, but this is basically just pointing, so it shouldn't take me too long. I'll crack on.
Right, so with that bit done, some of the holes filled in, it's going to be a massive job this. I think we're just going to tackle it little by little, break it down into bite-sized pieces. I've just vacuumed this. We've got some huge holes, you can see there. That goes right in. It's almost like a dry stone wall, that far. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a stiffer mix up for this. Basically with mixes, as we've found, and other people doing similar the same, professional masons and stuff, if you want to stick stones in, use a really wet mix, but don't wet your stones. That way you can even stick them to ceilings and things like that. But in this case now I'm going to use a stiffer mix, but I'm going to spray all the stones down, yeah, to make it stick, to help it to stick. If your mix is that wet, It's no good for pointing and things like that, but for sticking things to things, it just sucks the moisture out of it instantly and makes a really good bond. And we've done loads of them, so yeah, we kind of learnt the hard way, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to make a big stiff mix now, spray all this down, and try and fill these holes up, putting stones in, mortar in, because yeah, I can't get my hand right in there. It's massive. Right, just crack on. Probably got the old bucket in this hole. Oh, too big that one. Just keep pushing until you can't get any more in. A blob of that, a blob of stone. Very nicely. Crikey. Alrighty, so we've filled in what we can, going off nicely already. It actually takes about a year for the lime to go off fully. It's amazing stuff. Right, I'm going to get this wet down and start pointing. Probably about half a square metre, I think. Well, there we go, there's the first. It's not even a square metre, is it? But it's off, we're on our way. So yeah, we'll just keep plodding on with it as and when we feel like it, I guess. Sharon's doing well with the path. 50% done, would you say, Poppet?
Yeah, 50%
yeah.
done.
So in fact, we'll have a look, we'll show you.
So, as Andy said, we're about 50% done now on this path. Originally I was just about filling in holes and yeah, any bits where we'd missed when we poured the sand and cement in originally and then watered it in. But in certain areas the cement has come to the top and so it's looking white against the sandy mortar. So I'm going to bite the bullet, I'm going to do the whole blooming lot. We only do it once. I'm absolutely sweltering, but I finished this bucket and then I'm out of materials anyway, so it'll be my last mix of the day. But yeah, it's getting there, it's looking good.
Time for a cold beer.
Time for a cold beer, most definitely.
And we've had a bit of a breakthrough this morning. We were actually going to put, we had an idea to put some, we got some black mosquito on that big sheet of it over the, from another job, over the top of here to block out. But we've now found this is out of stock. That's why we couldn't get any more. But we found they do have a 5 metre by 2 metre sheet, which will put us a double layer over the top of that, which should give us a much better, certainly give us more shade, and should look much better effect as well. We can't pick it up until next Wednesday. It's Friday today. We're not making an hour and a half journey just to get a 30 quid sheet of bamboo. It's not worth it with the fuel costs at the minute. But Sharon's down that way on Wednesday, so we've ordered it, pick up in store. she'll get it when she's coming back next week, so we'll have to put up with it until then. In the meantime, opposite the barbecue smoker queue, should we call it, we're going to build a little work unit here. We've got all the stuff to do that, and we're going to use it out of that shelf. I'll show you this temporary potting bench, I think we called it at the time. It's a bit sad. It was only temporary to serve a purpose for a short time. I'm going to take the metal brackets off the wall, move them up there, because if you remember, this channel down here is dished and it slopes. It carries the water away from the roof before they had guttering to the outside deposit. It's a lovely original feature. We want to keep it. We don't want to interfere with it. So by bolting those to the wall, I can mount the bench off the wall, and I'm going to weld another piece on it so we can have a shelf underneath it as well. So Sharon's going to clear this lot off, all these pots and things, because we don't really use them that much anymore. She's got a better system. So I can get all these stacked up and tidied away somewhere, and then we'll get this taken apart. In the meantime though, I'm going to carry on pointing that wall. So today I'm going to carry on, build on what I did yesterday. That bit over there has dried nicely. I've just given it all a good brush off. Going to give it a good vacuum. I'm kind of just going to work up this middle where the big holes are, where it's looking like it's going to fall down. Off we go again. That's the first bucket full gone. We must have probably done a square metre there. Excellent. Yeah, it's starting to pull in nicely and dry off. I'll give it a light brush off in a bit. I don't know whether to do this bit to blend into that bit that I did yesterday, or to carry on and get this bit done. Decisions, eh? I'll get a drink, sit down for a minute, have a think about it. But yeah, it's getting there. It's going to take a while, but it's going to look fantastic, I think. Right, I've decided I'm going to join the dots together. I'm going to do this bit and then get all this mess sorted out. Start at the bottom. Got Jessie here supervising. Give it a good soak. I'll just do up to there. Because it dries out pretty quickly, as you can imagine. Okay. Let's do it. Ugh.
So this mess, what remains of our pots from last year, haven't done anything with them over the winter, so it's time to have a good clear up. I'm just going to empty everything out. The soil compost can go on our compost heap, and collect all my little pots up, see what I've got, and ready for next time. As I say, I've not done much this season because with the weather being so intense, it doesn't give the plants much of a chance to come on before they get hit with the heat, and B, because we just haven't had enough time. We've just been so busy doing everything else. So, but next year. So I'll crack on with that, clear it so that Andy can get on and make his bench.
Right, so I've got up to, done all this bit, carrying on filling in, picking stones, stick them in, we're making it stronger. Every little bit we put in makes it stronger. I've just put that one in. I put that one in yesterday, and this one should sit nicely in there. There we go. Fab. Carry on.
And there we have it, a wheelbarrow full of used compost. Just going to put it in a heap and we'll kind of use a bit of new with a bit of old. Should be okay. So I'm just cleaning the bench off now and then it's all ready for Andy to do whatever he's going to do with it. Oh, it's hot today. Nearly time for a nice cold beer.
And it very definitely is. So we're done from over there to over there. I've joined these two together. I've got some gourd stones in here, consolidating it. Not much more in the way of gaps. Once we get onto the normal pointing up there, it should go a lot quicker. We don't have to fill these horrible dusty sandy holes in. So yes, it's definitely time for a beer. Sharon's cleared that off now. Whether we'll get much done on this in the morning, I don't know, but I want to do that bench as well, so we'll see you in the morning. Okay, look at the wall, it's drying lovely. We've got a good solid base there now we can build up on. Whether we're going to get any of that done today, I don't know, because I want, on the path as well, I'd say that's looking lovely as well now, all nice and neat. I want to get this, this taken down, modified and moved up there. Yes, it's the state of it. Right, so yes, let's get on with it. Enough waffle. It should just come off quite easily. Get these off the wall now. I'm actually going to use them the other way around because this is longer than this to give me a bigger worktop, and then I'm going to weld well, a bracket on this one obviously. We'll see in a minute. Get them out of the way first. I'm going to leave the rods in the wall as well for the time being because we might be able to use them for something else, you never know. If not, we'll cut them off at a later date. Right, this one off as well. I'm even going to paint them this time, make them look pretty. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm using for my top. I've literally just clamped it to the legs. I just need to find a way now of wedging it up where I want it. I'm probably going to put some props underneath it just to hold it so I can mark the holes for my fixings. See what we can find. So there we go, it's kind of wedged. I just need to get the level on it now, get it level, and I'm just going to pile it through those in a small masonry bit because they're little holes to mark my points on the wall. Yeah, we kind of like that height, it kind of matches that side. I'll go and find my level. I don't know if you can make out on it. Oh, by the way, it's exactly where I want it, it's all wedged, balanced precariously. The bottom of the wall here, this is, like I say, it's a water chute for when there was no gutters, before they had gutters on. Hello Bar's helping me today. There's a bit of water damage on the bottom, not much, but we need to get that pointed up before we fix this while it's accessible. So I'm going to attempt to drill through these holes. I've got the thinnest masonry bit I own. I don't know why you'd ever need a masonry bit that thin unless you're going through small holes to pilot holes in the wall. So let's see if I can do this without moving it. One down, 3 to go. I can get this out of the way now and get my fixings in the wall so they're securely dry for when I come to fix this. There we go. Oh, went in easy. That one not so. Right, so I just cut myself 4 lengths of threaded rod. I'm just going to inject the resin into the holes and push them in. Okay, so they're looking alright. We're always going to get problems lining them up because they always go at an angle and they always move, but we can just bend them to suit. I've made them long because the wall kind of undulates a bit. It's not brick, it's old stone. I can use the nuts on the inside to wind them out to level the bars when they're in, if that makes sense. So we'll just let them set solid, they don't take long. I'll get all this lot vacuumed, get all this wall vacuumed out, and we can get it pointed up.
So I've got my bucket of mortar. I'm just going to spray the wall down now and get it pointed before Andy fits this bench, because obviously it's going to be very awkward for me climbing underneath it. It wouldn't be the first time, but might as well make life easier for myself. So I'll crack on.
So back in one of my favourite places, the workshop. I'm using 10mm rod. I'm going to drill these out to 13mm to give me a bit of play to avoid the inevitable and get my oil to come out of it. My cutting fluid. A little bit of cutting fluid keeps your bit sharp, and I'm going straight through with a 13. One down, 3 to go. I'll get them drilled out. Right. So they're all done. Next I need to cut myself another leg for the shelf. I'm going to make it the same width actually. So out of this I'll go and cut them off, and then we can look at getting them tacked into position, welded into position even. Now I just need to clean the ends up on the old bench grinder. Right, so they're all in position, all held in place by magnets as usual. All I need to do now is weld them up.
Wasn't bad on the mix, that's all I've got left. We've filled in the holes. It doesn't look very pretty, but this is all going to come off one day anyway. We just needed to get the holes filled in so that we can get that bench fitted, so happy days.
Right, that's all good. All we need now is a lick of paint. Make them nice and black to match the barbecue, the smoker queue. So there we are, fresh out of the paint shop, matching perfectly with Jessie. Let's see if we can get them on the wall. Right, so the first one's in. I've had to put a nut on the back on the bottom so I can adjust it that way because the wall's not straight. Nothing is straight in this house. So now we've got to do is get the other one the same height and the same level that way as well. A little bit more fiddly. So we'll have a go. Happy days, we're in. It's on. Right, now to get the top on, which is these huge things. I need to cut them first, so I'll go and cut. I think we're having 4. We won't be able to do the bottom ones until I order some more of this wood because this is the last of it. But I've got enough to do the top, and at least we'll have something usable. Fabulous. Right, so there it is, rustic. All we've got to do is fix these on now. What I'm going to do with a piece of chalk, I'm going to mark the joints. Might need a longer piece of chalk actually. I'm going to get one in a minute. And then I'm going to drill 2 holes through for each board so we can screw them up from the underneath so you're not seeing any screws on the surface. So I'll go and get a longer piece of chalk. Right, so I've got them all marked. I'm just going to automatic centre punch them and then drill 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 holes through. Oh well. Two. Okay. Yeah, all together. Right at the back. Right, with all our holes drilled, we can get these fixed on. I'm going to lay them all out again. Get them exactly where we want them. Might clamp them, might not. And literally just screw through from underneath. To fix them in place, easy as that. Done, it works. I think we're going to have to sand it. As I say, we'll get the bottom shelf in when we've ordered some more wood. But yeah, happy days. We've got our complimentary worktop now for our barbecue, our smoker queue. Well, that's come up an absolute treat. Someone's just doing the edges manually because we can't get the sander into there. We debated whether to sand them before we fitted them or not, but it's just, at least they're not moving now. They're not moving. Wonderful, we'll carry on. All that remains now is to give it a coat of oil, and it should look absolutely beautiful. It looks really nice already, doesn't it?
It does.
And I can sit here checking the temperature on my smoker with a cold beer. Perfect. You can want for more in life. So we're going to call it a day there, and we're going to call it a video there. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all the subscribers. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Over 1,000 in the last 28 days, which is incredible. Can't believe that many people want to watch us.
I can't.
Thanks again always to all the people that have bought us a beer, our Patreons, and of course our YouTube members. Yeah, without you we couldn't do it, and we're so appreciative. Thank you all so much. We'll see you on Thursday.